This is B2 Real Wilson back with another video. And in this video, it probably won't be as long as it was in my last two videos. But I'm going to strive to have a quick discussion about a subject which I think is very important. Something I've been noticing within our community is how people have such an anti-Christ mentality. And what I mean by that is you have people out here calling Jesus names and denying that he even exists. Like I told you in some other videos, I'm a firm believer in Jesus. I saw him at work, and you can't tell me nothing. It's that simple. But I think the more important thing is I saw Jesus in fixing some things in my life, some personal issues in my life. I had a lot of habits that Jesus has definitely helped me with. Some habits definitely stopped on some of these habits, and he's definitely working with me in other habits. But I will tell you that he's real because of what he's done with me. He's helped me out of situations when people have want to put their hands on me, probably in some cases want to kill me, and he protected me. So this video is to try to talk to those of you, whether you want to hear or not, about this man called Jesus, especially in the era of the agenda called the Anglo-Saxon mission, called the panic demon, aka pandemic or coronavirus. We're in a moment right now where people have to be brave. And when it comes to that level of bravery, we have a lot of people we can look to, but I like to look at Jesus for one reason. He was the only person on this planet that didn't do any sin, period. You can argue that if you want, but he didn't do no sin. He was born in a planet to die for a people that, for the most part, a lot of people don't even appreciate him. But he put his life on the line. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came into his own, and his own received him not. So this is a man who came into the world, basically according to the word created it, manifested himself to a people who was supposed to be godly, and was killed by the people that he came, on behalf of. And therefore, now people who didn't have access to him then can have access to him now. And I'm saying that because in this moment we're living in, Jesus is the bravest person that I know, period. You can't tell me he wasn't brave, because when he got baptized with John, he went straightway to that wilderness for 40 days. He didn't eat and he didn't drink. And he had a conversation with the enemy, whose name is Satan, and was tempted and didn't give in. But also the word said that he was out there with the wild animals. And he didn't go crazy, okay? And I don't think he was out there stinking, because, out here in the United States, at least, people that are homeless out here, we go crazy and we stink and we smell. And we have all kinds of demonic behaviors. But that didn't happen with Jesus. He was clean. When he started his ministry, he didn't have a place to stay. Most of us got somewhere to go, but he didn't have nowhere to go. And not only that, but he lived such a lifestyle to where the universe moved with him. Now, those that understand my art, the light as a feather, the definition of being light as a feather, in which I think I saw a set in Haru for those Egyptian brothers and sisters who understood that, was metaphorically speaking of Jesus Christ down the road, because Jesus himself did go to Egypt. Now, I don't take it out of context and say this is where Christianity come from, because Jesus was actually a person. I'm saying it because you would never go to Iran and tell them that Darius didn't exist. You would never go to Iraq and tell the people of Iraq that Nebuchadnezzar didn't exist. You would never go to Greece and tell the Grecians that Alexander the Great did not exist. You would never go to Africa and say Ramses didn't exist. So don't start that mess with Jesus. You may not like the fact that Europeans misrepresented him. And yes, I will tell you, slavery has done injustice to the cause of Christ. Yes, they have taken that Bible and twisted it to their wicked agendas, told people to turn the other cheek without giving them true salvation, tell you to love your masters and all this stuff. Although the word told the masters to have a certain responsibility to the slaves, but they gave it one-sided story and mistreated those who know that they had under them. And these were so-called Christian European people. And I'm going from Portugal, Spain, Dutch, France, England, whoever they were, Italy, they all were the same. They misrepresented the Lord, and that's going to have a consequence. Don't let them get you in trouble, because Jesus is the only one who went to hell and came back. Whether you like it or not, he did that. But I know one problem we have is too much sin in the camp. Too much sin in the camp. It really is. So this is why we're fearful. This is why it's so easy to go along with the get along. And one thing I can say about Mr. Louis Farrakhan, and I'm not a Muslim, but he has a lot of respect for Jesus. In the Islam faith, at least they call him a prophet. Now, he's more than that, but at least they call him a prophet. But some of us have gotten so vain till we call him nothing, and we cuss him out. We call him all kinds of names. But if they shut this thing, because these people who are doing these agendas, they have a goal to shut it down again. And they're going to use the issue of whether you guys was out too soon, people not wearing masks versus those that are wearing masks. So it becomes a problem for those who are not wearing the mask. And yet, the truth is, there's a lot of lies being told. And we got to admit that. But only those with Jesus for real is going to tell you that. You couldn't tell Jesus, and you can't tell Jesus to believe a lie. You can't tell Jesus to go along with a lie. He's not going to do it. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So you can't tell him a lie. He's going to go along with it. Would he be wearing a mask right now? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be wearing a mask right now because he knows it's not what they telling you it is. So with that being said, I may be going a little bit over 7 minutes on this one too, because what we deal with is people out here who are operating in fear and ignorance. Yes, you will be destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. That's why the word says it. It's up to you to study. The word says study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman needing not to be ashamed, what? Rightly dividing the word of truth. But I'm going to also tell you, study history. Instead of TikToking and all this stuff you're doing on YouTube and Facebook and all this other stuff, study. It's very important to study. Pay attention. Be sober. What does that mean? That means you're not involved with all kinds of things that cause you to be where you can be deceived. The word said, if it was possible, he, being Satan, would deceive the very elect. But he can't deceive the very elect if they're studying and being sober. We're in an era where you got to overcome your fear, and this is the real problem. Everybody's going on because they don't know and they're fearful. Most folks want to operate. They want to go out and sell a product. They want to be able to, interact with certain people. So they're doing the agenda. And I understand, because, hey, you think this is what you got to do. But we're heading down a road where you got to be about it. And I'll bring up Jesus because you got to admit he was about it. If they had Illuminati of his time, he was not on board with their nonsense. He was not. Okay? He was not on board with them. You can't be on board their agenda and not get to the cross. You can't be a coward and get to the cross for something that you did not do. Most of us will not die for somebody die for something that we didn't do. Most of us not going to do that. I don't care. I don't think I would do that. But Jesus went and died for something he did not do. Clearly, he didn't do anything. Those who walk with him gave you the testimony of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those people who had access to those that walk with Jesus are actually those who walk with Jesus. And so he is the hero of 2020. He's the one that has the fortitude and the backbone to help us endure. Knowledge is nothing if you don't know how to endure something. The word says, be you doers of the word and not hearers only. See, Jesus is looking for doers. Yes, we know that there's a satanic agenda going on, but how many of us are going on with the agenda? How many of you guys are pushing back at the agenda? And I use my platform to do that. As a soldier, you're going to hear me say this from time to time, we teach you to fight against enemies, foreign and domestic. We have a lot of domestic demons here, and I'm hoping that some of these soldiers, some of us soldiers, can step up our game. Put the alcohol, put down whatever you're doing. I got some stuff I got to put away too. But put this stuff away, stand up and be counted. Stand up on YouTube. Stand up on Facebook. Do what you're supposed to do. This is your time. They had a movie called The First Purge. Now, who were the heroes? The soldiers. The soldiers. We're moving. We're going to be right now. They're going to deal with masks, but you know they're going to flip that to the mark. You got the brother out of New York who said, "I can't breathe." You had Derek Floyd said, "I can't breathe." Do you know that's manifested into these masks? People can't breathe in these masks. You can't breathe. You manifested it. See, your words have power. I told you that in my last video. You have spoken, I can't breathe. Now they told you to put the mask on. Guess what happened? Y'all can't breathe. Yes, sir. You can't breathe. So we got to change what we're doing. Stop talking bad about Jesus. Because most of us, if not all of us, couldn't do half what he did. The word said the righteous shall scarcely make it in. Scarcely, barely. Jesus didn't scarcely nothing. The word said that this is my beloved son, in whom I'm what? Well pleased. That never happened to anybody before him or after him. Didn't happen to Moses. Didn't happen to Job, although the word said the Lord told Satan, have you tried my servant Job? He didn't say this is my beloved son. He said David was a man after his own heart, but he never said this is my beloved son, in whom I'm what? Well pleased. Jesus had the lifestyle of a righteous individual. And he was a fearless warrior. Real fearless. Man, he's a role model for every soldier. Yes, he marched to death. Yes, he did. He cast out devils. He told the sea to be still. The universe moved with him. He had Ma'aism on the neck, by the neck. He showed that he was lighter than the feather by walking on water. He was the master of Ma'at, if you want to say it that way. Oh, yes, he was. So I'm kind of a little happy about this because I want you guys to understand that Jesus is real in spite of what you think, in spite of what you say. Watch your mouth, because what you're going to do when they tell you to sit down for 6 months. The goal is by such and such time to lock it back down again. And some of y'all who turn your back on Jesus going to be fighting with your wives. Oh, yes, she is. You didn't marry your girlfriend in Cologne. Cologne should taught you, marry that woman. Make her your wife. Thank you, Jesus. Do right by her. Some of y'all didn't do that. Still pimping her out. Wrong. You're wrong, wrong, wrong. So in this moment, take the time to capture what you're saying. Understand. Go read the story. And stop telling Israel that Jesus didn't exist. They have one problem with Jesus. They say he existed, but he wasn't a Messiah. But they got enough sense to know he existed. All right? So let's cut the nonsense. Because it's getting real, and you're going to need something more real on your side. And Jesus is the realest you're going to get. You ain't going to get no realer than Jesus. How do I know? He has been my protector. In the 80s, I was around during that crack epidemic. The gang banging, the gangster music, Dre Day, Chronic album, all that mess. I was around for all that nonsense. And God kept me out of prison from killing people and people killing me. So I know what he has done for me. I'm not going to act like I'm so conscious. I'm conscious enough to recognize that he is my creator. He is my savior, in spite of what y'all think. It's unfortunate that Europeans misrepresented him, because it's caused a lot of us to basically lose our mind. And yet she's the only one, whether you like it or not, is keeping you from danger. He's the only one keeping you from danger. So with that being said, thanks for watching this video. I kind of want to add a little caveat to that. But for those who don't subscribe to Jesus, you're going to have to do what you got to do. If you just can't seem to get a hold of this Jesus, there are going to be consequences. And in the next shutdown, they're going to probably have more penalties, okay? So you guys got to make decisions. But Jesus is the one who's brave enough to put it in you to be an excellent neighbor, to be compassionate, and to be strong and fearless. Someone told me, get up off my knees. That's the only way I get my strength, is on my knees. That's how I get my strength, on my knees. But with that being said, thanks for watching this video. See, I'm a little bit lively. Unfortunately, I did go past my 7 minutes again. But thanks for watching this video. For those who agree with what I'm saying, let me know that. For those who not agree with what I'm saying, let me know as well. But thanks for watching. Okay then. Bye-bye.